What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. Hey, yo, guys, check out Cape Town. Just look at Cape Town. Check the views out. Check out the views. Check out the views, man. Look at that. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm at? Do you see why I say Cape Town is the most beautiful city on earth? On earth? Yeah, guys, on earth. Remember that always. Okay, check this out. Guys, in today's video, right? Today you can see we dripped out, right? Drip, 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 drip. Do you know why we dripped out? Because we celebrated Africa signing on the Miss Universe stage, right? Guys, if this was the Olympics, Africa would have got a silver medal. Not bad at all. And in fact, first time entry, first time getting first runner up for the first time entrant? Yeah. Hey, that's more than good enough for Africa. We will take whatever we can get. And thank you, Miss Chichi, for being resilient, for putting up a strong performance, for being authentically you and representing obviously Nigeria and Africa to the fullest, to the max. So we have to acknowledge that, right? Yeah, so that's what this video is about, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we're family, right? Holla. The beauty of Cape Town. The greenery of Cape Town. Damn. Eve. Okay, people, where were we now? Yes, today we said we're talking about the achievement at Miss Universe, right? So check this out. Imagine this. Everyone knows the story, right? So we're going from being being rejected, right? I mean, guys, just picture this, right? Going from being rejected, right? Being humiliated, being brutally and utterly bullied to the max. I mean, what this girl went through could have driven other people to commit suicide because she has been hated on for something she did not commit, right? She cannot be punished for the crimes of her parents. Okay, so imagine that. Now, we all know her story, right? So, she's been hated on, she's been rejected by the country of her birth. Okay, what happened? She moves to a country that accepted her, her father's country, Nigeria. She enters a competition. Her lifelong dream was to enter this competition, right? So she does that. And what happens? She wins it. Okay, they said it was handed to her. Okay, because it was unfair because she came in as a late entrant and she was just handed the crown. I can see truth in that, right? I can see truth in that, right? But at the same time, if you look at the performance on the stage, now we're going according to performance, right? She undoubtedly was the strongest contender. She was the strongest contestant. She was the strongest performer. You cannot doubt that. And don't forget, the organizers, the judges, they all saw performance first. So what they did is they decided to put the strongest contender forward to represent their country. Guys, it's almost like saying Grammys should be given to Grammy Awards should be given to people that have the longest serving music careers. So in hip hop, for example, LL Cool J should be taking all of the Grammy Awards because he's one of the longest. Dr. Dre and all those guys from the 80s who still are representing in the 2000s. It doesn't make sense. So the best performer gets to represent the country on the global stage. Now, I think that is a fair way to do it, even though it was a late entrance. So I totally agree. It was a late entrance. So if it was a late entrance and she was the best performer, what do? We give it to the best performer, the strongest entrance, right? Do you agree or disagree with that one? So check this out. So Nigeria gives it to her and off she goes. Some were happy, some were not happy. Rightfully so. But hey, I always say the best made the best man win. And in this case, she obviously was the best performer. So what happened? They sent her to Miss World. Okay, now remember, this is a person who was rejected in South Africa after reaching the top 15. So there was no problem with her reaching in the top 13, in the top 20. It was only when they realized that this person could actually potentially go all the way that it then became an issue. Right. Now we all know that story, right? Don't have to rehash that, do we? No. So to the global stage we go. There we go to the global stage. Sent by the ones and only. So they did it. And she gets there. And haters wouldn't let her live her life. They wouldn't let it go. They wouldn't let it go. They just wouldn't let it go. So what happened? They still kept going on and on and on. Dissing, disrespect. Okay, cool. You know the story already, right? So we don't have to say much about that, do we? No, we don't. Gets to Mexico. Oh my God. You get to Mexico. What happens in Mexico? She's like the most popular person in Mexico, you know. And as luck would have it, competition happens on the 16th. She makes top five. She's the first one to make it in top five, which just shows that she was a strong contender from the beginning. Which just goes to show you that she was going to be an absolute threat had they let her go through to the Miss South Africa contest, right? The Nigerians saw it. In fact, the South African organizers saw it first. The Nigerians then picked it up. And to prove that she was a strong contender, she went all the way to top five in the Miss Universe pageant. Top five. That's not an easy feat, guys. To then make it to become the first runner-up. Guys, you just cannot write this stuff. You cannot lie. You just cannot make this stuff up. This is totally on a whole nother level, guys. This is totally I don't know, guys. You can say what you want about a fraudulent ID. You can say she's not. Guys, talent is talent. You cannot deny talent. You cannot deny determination. You cannot deny willpower. You cannot deny motivation. You cannot deny anything that pushes you to become the, a dream chaser. You cannot deny that, right? So, like I always say, give credit where credit is due, right? So now we are giving credit to Chichi because not only did she represent her country well, she represented the continent very well. The only African in the top five, which means possibly if Chichi wasn't there, there's a very high chance that there wouldn't be an African contestant in the top five. So you see, give credit where credit is due. Even though you may not like her, or you may not like the thing that she's done or accused of, or you just don't like her personality, or you just credit must be given where credit is due. And in this case, all credit is due to Chichi for putting Nigeria and Africa on the map. Whether you like it or not, that is a worldwide result that you cannot deny. Now, for those that look at it and say that, oh, well, she cheated in the Miss Nigeria competition. Okay, let's just say she cheated there, right? She was handed the crown. Okay, cool. What have you got to say now at the Miss Universe competition? Did she cheat there too? Was she handed the crown? Was she handed first place? Was it a pitiful position? Do you think so? You really honestly think so? Guys, when you look at Miss Nigeria, you could most people could simply say she was the most beautiful there, on top of being the strongest contender. At Miss World, you cannot just say Chichi was the because there were 100 beautiful women there. 100 beautiful women, right? So what is your excuse for Chichi making it to the first runner-up position? You don't have an excuse. So don't just hate for the sake of hating. Hate because you have a valid reason to hate, and give credit where credit is due. And for those who hate on Chichi saying that, oh no, she just made it 12 to the first runner-up and almost doesn't count. Okay, I agree. Almost doesn't count, right? So next time your country wins a silver medal at any competition, don't count those silver medals. Only count the gold medals that you haven't won, and let's see how that feels. But on top of that, she's following her dream. She's chasing her dream. She got to first run up on her first attempt. What did you achieve in your life? What did you win in your life before you start hating on other people? Always think about that. Next, we get into the pros of this whole dilemma, disaster, which then became a triumph and a victory for Africa. Holla. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we're family, right? Holla. Oh man, just look at the views, man. Look at the views, man. Cape Town, Cape Town, Cape Town. Okay, so now we get into the pros of this whole beauty pageant and what it means to Africa, for for South Africa, and definitely for Nigeria. But before we get into the pros, say hi to my buddy over here. Yo, yo, yo. See now, I've got a co-pilot with me. Today we're presenting the show. We're hosting the show. I got a co-presenter. Yo, tell them your name, man. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you from and how long you been doing it for? Oh, for real, real? For real? Yeah, man. Yo, man, this is nice, man. Okay, welcome to South Africa, man. You know, hope you enjoy the ride, man. Hope you enjoying the views too, like I'm enjoying the views, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, cool, for real, for real. Okay, so guys, back to the show. Yo, for real. So check this out, guys. So the pros of Chichi reaching top five, first runner up, is great exposure. Going into the finals already, she had so much exposure going into the finals, right? Going into the competition because of the whole drama surrounding her, right? So that alone had put Nigerian Africa on the map on its own, right? Then comes to first runner up. She just making it into the first and only African making it into the top five. That's huge, guys. That's huge. Just her being at um, the top five level and then to first runner up already puts the spotlight on Nigeria first and foremost, and then obviously in South Africa it puts the spotlight on South Africa by default, right? Because a story we narrated will always originate and start in South Africa, and then obviously go to Nigeria, and then Africa at large. So that's a good look for Africa. I mean, guys, you, the the burden that was on this young woman's shoulders of carrying an entire continent in the top five is huge. That's like at the World Cup, you at penalty shootout, and all hopes are resting on you. You know what I mean? So that is very huge. That's a huge deal. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So, like I always say, guys, the spin-offs, you know, the reviews, the people that didn't know about Nigeria and or South Africa, and didn't really give Africa a chance at the pageant, are now going to be looking and say like, wow, okay, now we need to visit Nigeria, or now we need to go visit South Africa, or wow, we need to go and visit Africa. This now says by obviously by the pageant, we're going according to the pageant or at the pageant. Chichi being the first runner up means that she is the second most beautiful and most intelligent woman in the universe, right? She is, guys, you don't understand, man. You don't understand. You got listen carefully. Let me say that again. By according to the Miss Universe pageant, Chi Chi is now the second most beautiful and second most intelligent woman in the universe. Guys, that is a big achievement, guys. That is a freaking big achievement. That simply says that Chi is more beautiful than the majority of the Caucasian, of the South American and Asian and the African girls that were there. It also says that Chichi is the second most intelligent. Guys, it's huge, it's big. So we cannot say anything further than that. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Chichi for reaching top what? First runner up, top five? Yeah, top five. And then becoming second runner up. Guys, that's a huge achievement for Africa, Nigeria, and South Africa. Three in one. You can't beat that. That's like a hole in one, man. What do you say about that? Yeah, yeah, I agree. Totally. I agree. Totally, man. For real, real. You hear that for yourselves, right? Yeah. So don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla. Beautiful Cape Town, man. Yo, man. Can't beat these views, guys. Cape Town views, bro. Cape Town views. Can't defeat this, man. You can't beat this, man. You can't beat this, man. You can't beat this, man. Come on now. Cape Town, Cape Town. Got it. Yeah, people. Now let's get into the negatives of this whole beauty pageant, Miss Universe beauty pageant, right? One, the negatives are the non-stop negative comments coming from people that just cannot accept that this girl has moved on with her life. Guys, we got to stop being so losers and we've got to accept the outcomes as they come. We cannot keep going back and forth with a true deserved winner, guys. It's all in God's hands. You can hate, you can write, you can post, you can text the most vile and hate speech that you want, but you cannot deny what God has decided is going to be what He wants it to be. It's already written in the stars for this girl. So it doesn't matter what negativity you bring, no matter what you think, no matter what you say, it's not going to change her standing in the world, her standing on the continent, and her standing in her life. It's the way God has set her path out to be. We cannot change it. You cannot change it. You don't have to like her. You don't have to uh, follow her. You don't have to do anything. Simply accept it and move on. I'm sure she's accepted the fact that South Africa has rejected her. I'm sure she's accepted it. She has moved on to bigger and better things, we've already said, in this short space of time. Well, you are here, still texting, still hating, still doing. Come on, move on. That's the only negative thing that I can think about this, right? And I just hope that in her heart, she can find some form of forgiveness for the way she's been treated and bullied for something that she did not commit. Guys, come on. You cannot punish a child for the crimes of the parents. I always say that. Guys, that's the only negative thing I hate. Man, we come across as sore losers. We come across as jealous, bitter, mad, and angry people just because someone is winning. So unless you are winning and you are defeating the person that you are hating on, like a boxing match, then maybe I can understand. But if you're hating on someone who's in their own lane, you are in your own lane, and you're hating for someone for being in their own lane and winning at it, well, you are just not even really winning at what you're doing. You're just still stuck in the same position. Come on, guys, stop the hate. Let's stop the hate and let us be a country and a continent of peace and love, right? Like I always say, Africa is one. We may not see it that way, right? But at the end of the day, I promise you, that's the way the world sees us. The world sees Africa as a country, not even a continent. Africa is a country, not a continent. That's the way the West, people in the West view Africa, right? So let us act like a country. Let us be one. Let us act as one. And of course, wherever wrong things have been done, let's call it out. You know what I mean? But let's not hop on it. Let's not keep going on and on. Yes, there was a case to answer about fraudulent activity. But let the law deal with that. You are not the law. So who are you to keep going on and on and on and oh, dude, come on, let it rest now. It's like the Chris Brown story. Chris Brown beat up Rihanna in what, 2009? It's now 2024, and there are people that just won't let it go to this very day. And yet, the funny thing about that is that she, the one who got beaten up, forgave the guy, forgave Chris Brown. They even redated. They even got back together after that, in case most people don't know. You understand what I mean? It shows that if she can move on, if she can forgive the guy, if she can get back to him after beating her up, right? Who are you to now be from far away from the whole thing and to stick? Oh, guys, come on, let it rest, let it go. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the negative thing that I want to bring up in this segment of this whole show. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we're family, right? Holla.